Welcome back everyone to Outworld Platinum walkthrough. In the last episode we have completed the A Knife in the Bag quest for the Sorobor Academy. We have then worked on Cloak and Dagger. We already have achieved 2 out of the optimal 3 um, ways to sabotage the operation, and we are now planning on the third one. So, last episode I wasn't sure where to go. Turns out I was already pretty much there. Over here is the Wolfgang camp. Be careful, there are a few spots with this dug up soil. There are a few traps. So don't step into them. Let's go ahead and take care of the scout here. Nice. Okay. Another shovel and another trap. Okay, you can walk around. You can see there are plenty of pressure plate traps here. So be careful when you run around, and also in the fortress itself there are quite a few. But technically you don't have to kill anyone in here. You just have to find the detonators. But I still want to kill them. Okay, let's see if there's another scout up here. No, but there's detonator 1. Sabotage. And here's the second one. Time to sabotage. Okay, one more to go. But first, this one has to go. Nice. Okay, nothing in here. Here's a little chest. Great. I think I saw some tormid pottage. Yeah. Okay. Can't enter. We've been there. Yeah, we have to go up here. And another detonator. That's all 3 bombs sabotaged. The objective is completed. Very nice. Okay, there's a lever over here. This is not mandatory for the quest. And I'm also... Oh, hello there. I did not see you coming. Where was I? Yeah, it's not mandatory for the quest. And I have to figure out how this works. There was another closed door on the other side. Back overweight. Yeah, it's alright. We can manage. Okay, so this door is unlocked now. But it's just a way out. Hmm. Okay, yeah, there was nothing in here. Is there a lever outside? Yeah, you know what? It doesn't matter to me right now. I've completed my objectives. I'm heading back to town. Another Wolfgang man. Great. Very good. Another junk pile. Oh, there's a lever. Hmm. Maybe that did it. I mean, might as well take a look, right? Yeah, it's open now. Alright. But I'm pretty sure it just leads outside. Yeah. So you could have done a little sneak maneuver without hurting anyone. But that's not my style. Oh, back to town we go. Yeah, I mean, the way was actually pretty simple. So the objective now, or the land site you're looking for right now, is the clock tower, or Harmattan itself. And then just, go to town, basically. Yeah, you don't need me as a tour guide. I will see you back at Harmattan. So here we are. Let's talk to Gregory. Here he is.
So how's the mission going? Do you have an update for me?
Okay, so we have we have bribed ourselves a letter, option 1. We have we return the ledger? No, not yet. Ah! Good thing he asked us again. So we have the fake letter. We have sabotaged the detonators. And now we return the ledger. That's 3 options. Who are you? Alright.
I'm not sure you're aware, but the Blue Chamber Collective and Levant have gone to war.
Yeah, we heard that already. I got your I got your ledger for you.
So it really does exist, and it's in better condition than I expected. Yes. I think I'm going to be able to put this to some very good use. Yes, indeed.
Consider those loans for the Wolfgang mercenaries delayed, Initiate. Farewell. Okay, now we can talk to Gregory. Perfect. A and B are left, or A and C rather. Into the hidden lab.
So how's the mission going? Do you have an update for me?
I'm done.
Are you sure?
I'm positive we're in the clear. Any more trouble would be unsafe.
This looks like it'll be close. Very close. But it should work.
Good job out there, Umberto.
Well, all we can do now is wait.
Until Daisy comes back with news from the headmaster.
Wonderful news.
Huh! Success! You delayed the demolition long enough that Daisy was able to get an official letter from the headmaster through. I have both the time and the authority to go examine the rune wall.
I want you to have this.
Excellent work, Umberto. You've earned your reward, and now I have runes to memorize. Okay, we have the logistics expert. It's over here. Reduces all skill cooldowns by 10%, increases movement speed by 5, and crouch capacity by 5. Well, that's nice. If you're on a skill cooldown build, very, very solid. But we're not, so it doesn't matter all that much. A House Divided is the next quest we want to attend. I'm going to do the usual stuff in between quests. I sort out my inventory, prepare for the task at hand, and rest my tired bones. So I will see you right back when I'm done with that. Oh, my preparations are done. I have enlightened myself with the help of the wiki, and for this quest in order to get the perfect success, or to have a very high chance on a perfect success, it is required that you help as many of the NPCs here in Harmattan as possible, which includes 3 quests or 3 parts of the quest that become available once you start the quest. But in order to help those NPCs, you will have to do a little bit of the Rust and Vengeance questline. You have to unlock the runic train. You don't have to understand what that means right now, but you have to go through the majority of a few dungeons in order to unlock shortcuts and be able to help those NPCs more quickly, because the timer on this one is rather short. Which is why I decide I'm not aiming for the perfect success. I don't need the Starstone I would get from it, and the final quest reward will be granted either way. So I'm sorry if you're expecting a perfect success walkthrough. It would take way too much time, and the outcome is not really necessary for us. So if you're aiming for that, make sure you follow along with the walkthrough on the wiki page. But I'm not going for that. Takes too much time. Reward not necessary. Not the permanent playthrough. So I'm going for 100% on the final one. But with all that rambling out of the way, we have to talk to Gregory now to start a house divided. Here we go. And there he is.
Oh, I don't like this at all.
We have a problem, Initiative. A serious problem. Victor's played his hand.
His tracker power coil project is complete and is in full production.
And he's used it to prove to the headmaster that we've been harboring an immaculate inside the city walls.
To make matters worse, a Wolfgang scout spotted a small army of scourge beasts heading into the region.
And then lost track of them. I fear that Victor intends to frame us as working with the Scourge hordes directly.
The headmaster has called an inquiry into the matter. I've managed to petition for the right to defend ourselves in debate there.
He's given us some time to prepare, but it's not much. Okay, then let's crush Victor at this debate. What do we know about it?
Looking at the situation, I think I know the main subjects that Victor will try to turn on us.
The effectiveness of the experiment, the actions we've taken to perform it, and the safety of Harmattan.
Give me a moment to think.
As far as our methods go, it's a little complex. Your reputation's not exactly stellar, but I'm sure that if you cleverly deflect any accusations Victor throws your way, you can come out of this with minimal damage to our reputation.
If this theory holds...
And security-wise, our actions have at least somewhat compromised Harmattan's safety. We should do our best not to antagonize the situation further.
Bear in mind that Victor's probably still furious that you turned on him.
He's likely going to think you are the weakest link at the debate and keep directing his attacks towards you. Prepare good arguments in case he does. Alright, let him come after me. I can handle any accusations he throws my way.
I need this done.
We have enough time to try to get another dean to support us, but we can't afford to be late. Don't take needless risks, understand?
Please, listen well.
If you think we need help with the experiment, try to get the Naturalist branch to help us. Their alchemists should be able to make some kind of potion that will reduce the Immaculate's resistance to rune magic.
Oh, I don't like this at all.
If you're worried that Victor will use your reputation and actions against us, speak with the Dean of the History branch. She is intensely well respected by the Academy, so if she vouches for you, it should deflect the worst that Victor can say.
If this theory holds...
And if you think security is your weakness, go see Engineering Dean can help us. The Engineering Dean can help us, yeah. I'm sure he has plenty of extra golems in his workshop we could get up and running to patrol the region.
Please listen well.
Okay, and once everything is done, we should meet with them in the military training area. Alright, got it.
Please listen well. All right, Immaculate. We're on the clock.
We'll need to skip over some of the precautions I talked to you about and get started right now. The sooner we begin, the more time we'll have to get this done right. Understood. Ready or not, we are out of time. Do what you need to do, Turnbull. Okay. So, what I was talking about beforehand. For the help of Samuel, we would... let me have a quick check. Samuel wants you to... Where is this? Samuel. Yeah, he wants 3 mana filters from us. But for that we would have to go quite deep into one of the dungeons. And there are quite a few enemies to face. I don't want to do that. It's not necessary. It should work out either way. And for Joliet, the second one, this should be doable. You need to recover some portraits, but for that you will have to go through the old theater, so Lost Golem Manufacturing Facility. And for Erica, this is the most doable out of all of them. You have to go to a bandit hideout that's on the exterior map, so no dungeon required. There's a few bandits and you just have to steal a box from them. So this should be possible. But I'm not going to bother with it. I will try to do my best here without asking anyone for help. So, let's not waste any more time and go straight to the debate. As you can see, all the NPCs are gathered here, interacting with this shining spot. We'll start the debate, as you can see. Here you have Samuel, Erica, this is Sekiguchi, Joliet should be here. So in case you want to go ahead and help any of those, pause the video, come back later, do all the stuff you need to do, but I'm gonna get started. Begin the debate. I am ready to begin the debate, yes.
Ah, there you are. You're just in time.
Excellent.
Oh, was this the initiate we were waiting on? Excellent. I'm quite looking forward to seeing the fruits of this research, inquiry or not.
Very well. All the involved parties are here. We can begin.
Victor Brotherthought, you are accusing Gregory Turnbull of cooperating with the Scourge to undermine the safety of Harmattan. Please make your case.
From the very start, Turnbull and his underlings have consistently used underhanded and criminal means to accomplish their goals.
One underling in particular, that one standing right there.
The Wolfgang mercenaries have reported an exhaustive list of complaints against them.
Regardless of their outsider status, the Wolfgang mercenaries are still an essential part of life in Harmattan, and they should be listened to.
Both of our provos have submitted evidence that this one has been a great credit to the both of them.
Are you certain you're accusing the correct person, Victor?
Do not cross me!
I simply must express that until these complaints are fully addressed, Umberto and thus Gregory Turnbull should be scrutinized at the highest level. Well, what do you have to say for yourself? I demand an answer. So, I want to take the second one. How can we trust the Wolfgang not to be lying on your behalf? You are close allies.
How dare you attack their credibility?
They have been essential to the security of the region since before you were born.
You and the Wolfgang mercenaries work very closely together.
And a lot of you have a vested interest in continued open conflict with the Scourge. If anyone's motives are to be suspected, it's your own.
Besides, if you're going to sling baseless accusations, I know you committed acts of sabotage against us.
Okay. And plotting to destroy an ancient and important rune wall isn't sabotage?
My initiate is correct. There was no need to place the explosives on the rune wall itself.
Unless destroying it was half the point of that tunnel demolition. And lest you not forget, willful destruction of important history is a criminal act.
Do not cross me!
Baseless accusations only serve to make us look weak, Artois.
I'm afraid that I find your evidence inconclusive, Victor.
I don't see enough evidence to pass any kind of decisive judgment on the activities of Turnbull and his initiates. A full investigation will be performed at a later date. For now, let us move on.
This is unacceptable.
Very well. I would also argue that given the abysmal state of security in the city and the impending threat of a Scourge invasion, we cannot trust in pacifying them. It would be incredibly dangerous to attempt any interaction with the Scourge at this time.
I can't help but worry.
Furthermore, even if we ignore the Scourge, there is a gang of organized and well-armed bandits who are roaming around, waylaying caravans and traders, and they appear to have received a dramatic resupply of weapons as well.
Come now. You've been boasting about the power of your new golems for quite a while.
In fact, I'm rather certain that Umberto ensured the prototype was essentially perfect. You do have to have faith in your own project, right?
Well, yes, but that's not the point.
It's still dangerous to deal with a Scourge like this, whether or not my new golems are ready.
I'd like to mention that the Butcher of Men is confirmed to be dead.
The most vicious of the Immaculates is long gone. Without his leadership, the Scourge are considerably hamstrung.
All right, that's fair. But who knows what other vicious Immaculates might be ready to take his place?
As the most vicious and cruel being known to mankind.
And do you actually think we can trust the Scourge after we pacify them? Free will still allows room for criminal or even monstrous behavior.
Besides, what about the unintelligent Scourge? They don't have the intellect to do anything but rampage. Okay, now it's option 2. So you'd prefer they remain in a unified horde dedicated only to slaughter?
No. I'd rather they be wiped out entirely. I question the entire merit of the experiment.
We know that killing the Scourge works. We should be focusing on ways to make that easier.
Well, there's no easy method for that. Even if we had hundreds of your new golems, it would still take another century at least.
To put an end to the Scourge, pacifying them does far more to remove the active threat the Scourge poses.
And what about the Wolfgang?
If we go along with this hair-branded scheme of yours, what happens if they don't have enough work fighting the Scourge and are forced to turn bandit in order to make ends meet? It would endanger the entire region. Okay, now it's option number 3. Our eye is still dangerous. There will always be work for a famous group like them.
Yeah, or they could come help the war camps at the Gates of Catharsis if they want to actually make a difference.
It's obscene how they claim to be so essential to fighting the Scourge while they mostly just hide in that well-defined camp of theirs.
I'm inclined to believe that the security of the city is strong enough to proceed, Victor.
I see no reason to halt the project on those grounds.
Only one question remains in my mind. Turnbull, were your attempts successful?
Can you prove to me that it is possible to pacify an Immaculate? I wish to know this as well. To me, this is single most important. This is single most important part of this inquiry. Huh. As far as I'm concerned, all else can be forgiven if it can be done. Please tell me everything.
We have discovered that what drives the Scourge to attack Elat's followers in a frenzy is the effect of a spell.
It seems that whomever or whatever created them did so for the express purpose of killing Elat, and thus the Scourge are bound by that single instinct.
Therefore, I have developed a counter-spell that will nullify that command.
In the bestial Scourge, it can probably turn them into mere animals without the urge for mass violence against all that breathes.
And in Immaculates, it will give them the ability to ignore their instinct and choose not to act upon it.
It will remove their unifying purpose and make them true individuals.
I'm still waiting on proof that this is even possible, Turnbull. Either show us that it's possible, or stop wasting our time!
With pleasure. Desi, could you go fetch our mutual friend?
How dare you?
You actually brought an Immaculate into the city? Have you lost your mind? If you're wrong, he'll immediately slaughter me and then... Your presence here fills me with anger, but I can choose to withhold that anger. I would urge you to bite your tongue unless you absolutely must speak Elat's spawn.
Well, well. An Immaculate and a priest of Elat in the same room together.
And the Immaculate can even speak Elat's name without succumbing to murderous rage. I am quite impressed, Turnbull.
Wait, what?
Me too. Alright, I've seen enough. I won't aggravate the creature further. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a letter to send to the Cardinal. He will want to know about this as soon as humanly possible.
This was all a big deal over nothing. Even if you can change the nature of individual Immaculates, that won't change much of anything.
Do you plan to invite the entire Scourge Horde into Harmattan to pacify them one at a time?
Obviously not. The runic phrase emits an aura that expands over time. Anything that stays in contact with that aura for long enough will be affected.
Careful placement of these runes will allow us to pacify the Scourge long-term.
Plan is to create runic totems, strategically placed in each region.
And around any known entrance to the gates of Catharsis. Then, we just let the aura expand and do its work.
In fact, our friend here might be able to act as an ambassador of sorts.
The runic phrase is imprinted on his very body. Any Scourge he remains near for long enough should be permanently pacified by the counterspell.
By no means an instant solution, but it should radically change the course of our conflict with the Scourge within our lifetimes.
You want to just plop down a spell with such a far-reaching, ever-expanding effect all over Ori, just like that?
The side effects of a spell like that could be devastating. Now we want to take number 3. I would argue that the Scourge are far worse. Have you seen the runes outside?
I'd pick the demons we know over the demons we don't.
A spell with an effect so immense is far too great a risk to ever place our hopes on.
I'm afraid I must disagree, Victor. The Scourge hordes continue to make civilization barely tenable.
Even with the Vigil crystals and Elat's help. This is a risk, yes, but one that comes with great possibilities.
You are certain that this single counterspell will work on all the Scourge that come into contact with it?
Every single subspecies? How thorough was your research? We can fine-tune it later. The species that really matters is the Immaculates.
They're right. Starting with them will cripple the brains behind the Scourge.
Which will stop the worst of the attacks. From there, we can proceed to make any changes we need to if the counterspell happens to not be universal.
Indeed. This would provoke dramatic change.
Even if it does not resolve the entire problem outright. I have no outright objection to that proposal. Are you merely going to speak for me and about me as if I'm not present? Do I not deserve to speak for myself?
No! You are a monster, a creature created purely for destruction. You have no such right.
Consider yourself lucky to even be breathing, Immaculate. Monster, am I? I am a monster only by the circumstance of my creation, human. I did not choose this form, nor did I ask for my killing urge. What do you say we compare the actions we have taken, given the freedom we are capable of? You have the freedom to pursue whatever you please, and yet you choose to do harm. You use your words to cause hurt, your power to dominate and control, and you ally with men who will slay anyone, innocent or not, on the promise of coin.
You dare lecture me, Scourge Beast?
Meanwhile, I chose to come here, risking my life and the life of my kin on the smallest chance that I could obtain that same freedom you abuse. I fought claw and talon against my instinct to cause harm, and searched for a way to overcome it.
That is enough, Immaculate. There is no need for personal attacks. I have made my decision.
Yeah, sorry about that little skip. And you, headmaster of these humans, are hardly any better. Look at some of those you have surrounded yourself with. You have the chance to make them do better, and yet you do not. You are nearly as guilty as they are. You all claim that we Immaculates must use our new freedom responsibly to guide and control the rest of the Scourge, and yet you, human headmaster, do not do the same for the humans you're responsible for.
You are quite right, Immaculate. I have indeed compromised in order to create what I believe is a better world.
But compromise is the way of humanity, and that is why I will give you and your kin a chance. Everyone deserves one, no matter their origin.
Well, I'm convinced, Turnbull. This is an exceptional breakthrough. You have the full support of the Academy.
There are details to discuss, but overall, you've done phenomenal work.
And what, pray tell, do we do about the legitimate horde of Scourge that I know for a fact is bearing down on Harmattan?
We don't even know where they are going to attack us from. They are no doubt taking refuge in the place you call Old Harmattan, the abandoned walled district to the north. In Old Harmattan? Why there? Simply, it's the one place in this accursed plateau that no human is permitted to enter for fear of disturbing the ghosts. It was the sensible place to hide. These Scourge are likely led by disciples of the Butcher of Men, planning to attack the city. I will gladly gather my pack to fight them, If you will give me that chance, if they find a foothold here, it may greatly endanger this region's future.
Wait! Headmaster! We cannot trust in Immaculate to fight its own kind.
It will betray us for certain. Allow me to deploy my golems. Allow me to show you what they are capable of.
No, Victor. I want to see if this Immaculate's intentions are honest.
I will allow him to fight these invading Scourge, Turnbull. Send 2 people to oversee this battle and report back to me.
I need this done.
Umberto, Desi, you know what to do. Keep our friends safe out there.
Never thought I'd be fighting alongside an Immaculate. Against other Scourge.
It's a wild time to be alive. There is a small cave east of Old Harmattan that leads beneath it. That is the best angle of attack. Meet me through there, humans, as quickly as you can.
I want you to have this.
This may be a difficult battle, Umberto. Here, take this with you and prepare yourself as well as you can. Huh. Never mind, we got the perfect success anyway. So you can gladly ignore the warning at the beginning of the video. Thank God we didn't waste our time doing all that stuff. So, preparations for combat have to follow now. Let's see how we're stocked. Actually, pretty good, pretty good. Okay. I'm going to rest up, make my final preparations for the combat ahead, and then we are gonna rock. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to end it here. The next episode will be a lot of fighting. This episode was a lot of talking, so let's separate that. We will finish this questline in the next episode. I thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Wind be at your back, my friend.